So what I have right here, I know it looks like your standard speaker system, but hear me out. It's actually one of the most advanced 4K Ultra HD projectors I've personally ever used. And it's by the brand XGIMI. It's the Horizon S Pro version. You might have seen it online. This thing is feature packed. And when I say it's improved my movie watching experience at home by tenfold, I honestly mean it. This thing has so many features built in, not only to improve the visual clarity and visual detail of the picture you're watching, but also convenience things to make it even easier having a home theater essentially. So we're going to go through all the features, everything it can do, and there's one thing that may irritate you, but we'll get to that in the video later on. So let's talk about the XGIMI Horizon S Pro 4K projector. So on the front of the projector, we've got this Harman Kardon branding on this fabric material, and that's because of them two 12-watt speakers inside the actual projector. And then what this material actually does is it makes the projector look nice, fit in, a lot more modern, but also what it does, it protects the actual projector lens and the sensors from any accidental damage when it's not being used, and also any dust. So whenever you turn the projector on, it will slide down, and then when you turn the projector off, you don't want to use it, it will slide up to make sure the lens and the sensors are protected. And on the back of the projector, we have a HDMI ARC port, two USB-A ports, power button, we have ventilation for the fan, and a power plug section at the bottom there. You might have noticed that it actually spins 360 degrees on its built-in base, and as well as that, it can tilt 135 degrees. So if you want to project onto a ceiling, you can do that, but these two things combined make it so easy to position the projector onto any wall in the apartment. You just spin it, tilt it to the right angle, and you're good to go. So the remote the projector comes with is pretty basic, but it does everything you need it to do. We've got a power button, projector settings, voice activation for the Android TV. We've got your left, down, up, right, and selection button, back, option, home buttons, volume down, volume up, and a dedicated autofocus button. If you ever need to autofocus the projector, then you can just press it. So some of the specs of the Horizon S Pro projector are 4K Ultra HD image quality, 1800 ISO lumens, which is not the brightest out there, but it's definitely viewable daytime and nighttime. Albeit at nighttime, it is a better picture because the environment is darker. You get a dynamic contrast ratio of 1,000,000 to 1. It's Dolby Vision certified, which is quite rare to see for a projector. You get them great colors and rich details from Dolby Vision videos. And it's got dual light technology. So what that does is it combines triple laser and LED so that you get the colors of the LED and you get the detail from the laser to give you the perfect image combination. It's got a throw ratio of 1.2 to 1. So as an example, the projector is now around 2 meters away from the wall, and I'm projecting at an angle. It's giving me around a 95-96 inch screen, which is plenty big for me. And I do really like that you don't have to move it too far back to get a big image, because this allows you so many more options to where you want to place it in the house or apartment. So what this projector does have is intelligent screen adaptation, or ISA 5.0, which is a combination of intelligent screen kind of features that range from uninterrupted auto keystone correction to that intelligent eye protection to intelligent screen alignment, and just doing everything it can to make the process of making the perfect picture for you as easy as possible. So for example, if we go into the settings and we go, you can see first one is image correction. You got uninterrupted keystone correction. So as you'll see, if I move the projector left and right, so now I'm moving it left and right, you can see it's automatically adjusting real time the image to be nice and straight, which is pretty cool. Then you've got auto keystone correction. So what that will do is once you tap it, it's gonna use the sensors to find the flat surface and make everything nice and the right size for you. And then if we go in more image correction settings, you'll see you've got the manual settings now. So you've got manual keystone correction, you've got image zoom, so you can zoom out and zoom in to the image, although it is digital zoom, so you may lose some image quality by doing that. Another feature this projector has is wall color adaptation. So not everyone has white walls or grey walls or whatever may be the perfect color to project onto. While using the sensors on the actual Horizon S Pro, it intelligently matches the color of the projection wall to achieve optimal color effect, so you get that perfect picture quality and perfect color distribution on whatever you're watching. It takes about 5 to 10 seconds and then you're all set and good to go. And then what we also have is this auto obstacle avoidance. So what that does is when you turn your projector on, if you have auto keystone on startup and it scans the surface straight away, what that will do is if you have wall switches or you have something that the image is going to get disrupted with, say for example I put that pillow there, now it's in the way of the actual projector image. So if I now move the projector a little bit and get it to do the keystone correction, it should scan the wall, see that the pillow is there, and then it's going to adjust the image so that the pillow is not in the way of the actual image. So as you can see, it does it perfectly good. And the autofocus, I have to say the autofocus has been really good. I haven't needed to do manual focus at all because the autofocus has been so sharp and so accurate. Picture settings, we've got that dual light source. So if I show you now, dual light 2.0 is on, so it's going to provide better image quality and brightness. If I change it just to tri-color, just the laser one, you can see that it gets a bit more dull and the colors just aren't there, the brightness isn't there, the vibrance isn't there. So when we go to dual light 2.0, makes everything a lot nicer and a lot more visually appealing. Then you've got adaptive brightness if you want to do that. I personally don't do that. This will measure the ambient light and then adjust the brightness depending to that. I just put the brightness at 10 plus, the maximum it can be, because why not? Picture quality, you can choose between a bunch of different picture modes. I've chose brilliant because I just like it. So you might remember earlier on I mentioned there might be something that's going to irritate you about this projector, and that thing is the Netflix support. So because the XGIMI projectors use Android TV instead of Google TV, they don't have Netflix licensed app on there because of the Play Store. So what you're going to have to do, there is a workaround, but then the Netflix app that you get is the one with the cursor, and it seems like to be almost the same as the one you would use on the phone. So I don't know, I don't think that's good for the quality of content you're going to get there. I don't think you can experience the full 4K videos on Netflix with that on there. Now, there is a workaround which is doing something like connecting a PS5 like I've done and running Netflix through the PS5, or using a Google TV stick like this. And luckily, XGIMI actually provide one of these for free when you order the projector on their website, which is a good thing. So you can download the full Netflix app on there as well as all the other apps and use it. So happy days. However, on the Horizon S Pro projector, like I showed you, there is only one HDMI port and two USB-A ports on the back. So if you plug in this Google TV, that HDMI port is going to be used up. So if you've got plans to use, for example, a sound system or something else that uses a HDMI port, you won't be able to do that. An alternative would be to get the Horizon Ultra 4K projector. It's 2300 ISO lumens, so it's a brighter projector. You have that optical zoom instead of digital, so you can alter the image without losing any definition in the actual video. And you have a bunch of ports on the back, so you can plug in everything you need and more. So that's a great alternative for another projector you can get instead of the Horizon S Pro if you need to have more ports on your projector for various different stuff. Now, I don't personally need that. I'm happy with one HDMI port for now. Maybe later on down the line I'm going to need more. But things like the speakers on this projector are more than good enough, and you've got that Dolby audio with the two 12-watt Harman Kardon speakers. And trust me when I say, when you turn this thing up, it sounds like a theatre in the room. So I don't have any need for a surround system. Of course, people that have like a 5.1 or a 7.1 surround system are going to want to connect it to the projector to get that full experience. But if you don't have one, the speakers in the actual Horizon S Pro are very, very good. And then when it came to playing games like Astrobot or even something more fast-paced like Fortnite, I had no issues whatsoever, and both games provided a really nice experience. And that was just on the basic gaming mode, so not even the ultra-low latency one. I suppose if you're going to play something like maybe Call of Duty, you might want to put it in the ultra-low latency one if you're going to play something competitive. But I didn't notice any issues, and especially with a game like Fortnite, I noticed straight away if there's some latency issues, and there were none at all. So if you're going to play some games on the Horizon S Pro, you'll be perfectly fine. If you want to use the ultra low latency gaming mode, which I haven't had a need to, but if you want to do that, you're going to have to take off all the image correction stuff you put on in the settings because it doesn't support it. But the basic gaming mode with the low latency supports it. So that's something you can use and enjoy, have a good gaming experience on the actual projector. The fan noise on the projector, I honestly can say it's barely even noticeable, especially when you're watching a movie, you won't notice it at all. Obviously there is a fan inside and you're going to know that there is a fan inside blowing, but I figured what better way for me to show you than having a decibel meter on my phone right next to the projector, and then I'll show you the decibel of the ambient room sound and then with the projector on, and you can see how much of a difference it is. So let's give it a couple seconds to adjust to the ambient room sound. So ambient room sound was around 25, 26 decibels. And now I'm going to turn the actual projector on and we'll see what a difference it makes. So then with the projector on, it goes to around 38 decibels, which honestly, you won't even notice it. And like I said, especially when you put something on the actual projector, them speakers are so good that you won't even think the fans are on. So there you go, that was the Horizon S Pro and the Horizon Ultra, which are both great options for 4K projectors at home. Now if you want to grab them, links will be in the description box below for either of them, as well as I believe XGIMI are having a sale on at the minute. So if you want to grab one at an even better price, now is the time to do so. Now, if I did earn your subscription in this video, remember to hit that subscribe button down below. Like the video if you did end up liking it. Share it with friends and family, and let me know in the comments which projector would you prefer, the Horizon S Pro or the Horizon Ultra. Would you like more ports on the back, or would you like the flexibility of having it being able to spin and tilt? And of course, I'll catch you on the next one.